Hi, and welcome to Jam-Packed Business Made Easy. My name is Jam Anderson, and I'm the CEO of Jam AI. And today, we're practicing exactly what we teach. You're about to listen to a podcast that's truly automated with our AI hosts, who are now our new friends. We also would like to invite you to listen to our podcasts that come out every Friday, where Flora is interviewing entrepreneurs just like you. We're exploring authentic challenges and discovering practical solutions together. Speaking of community, if you're looking for a community, you can find us on the School platform. Just search for the #1 community for entrepreneurs. All right, let's dive in.
Okay, let's dive in. Today we're tackling something pretty intriguing for a lot of us.
Yeah.
Mastering the start of your work week, specifically Monday mornings using AI.
The Monday morning challenge. Always a hot topic.
Exactly. And the source material we're digging into today, it lays out this really practical routine, time-boxed too.
Oh, interesting. How long?
Just 30 minutes.
Yeah.
The whole idea is using that half hour to, transform your week from the very start.
30 minutes with AI to set up the week. Okay, I'm listening. So our mission here is what exactly?
Well, we want to go beyond just, summarizing the source.
Right.
We're aiming to pull out the core nuggets, the really actionable stuff.
Gotcha. So you, our listener, can quickly get not just what this AI setup involves, but why it actually works, and maybe how you could use it yourself to streamline things.
Yeah, optimize that workflow, maybe save some time, boost your focus right from Monday morning.
Makes sense. That central idea that 30 minutes on Monday with AI can shift the whole week.
Yeah.
That's a big claim.
It is. It's the big promise in the source, basically replacing that typical Monday chaos.
We all know that feeling.
With something much more intentional, focused.
Okay, but let's ask the obvious question. Why AI? Why not just like a normal 30-minute planning session on your own?
Good question. And the source really leans into AI automating the drudgery.
The boring stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Think about scheduling, all those little admin tasks that just eat up time before you even start real work.
Right, the stuff you put off. And it's not just basic automation, is it?
No, that's the key point. The source talks about AI offering smart suggestions.
How?
Like potentially learning from your habits, your stated priorities.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe even your energy levels. If you give it that data, it's sort of like having a planning assistant that actually gets you.
Okay, that's a step up. And I guess it could spot things you might miss.
That's another angle. It can surface patterns like where you're spending your time, maybe where you're overloaded.
Or opportunities for, better work-life balance even.
Exactly. Seeing the bigger picture, not just the urgent tasks right in front of you. It's about working smarter.
Got it. Okay, so let's unpack this routine. The 30-minute AI-driven weekly setup, they call it.
That's the one. Broken down into phases, pretty structured, designed to be quick.
Right. And it starts where? Calendar.
Actually, no. Step 1 is plan your focus. Just 5 minutes for this.
Only 5 minutes for focus. Seems short.
Well, the idea is clarity first. Before you schedule anything, figure out what's most important, your absolute top priorities for the week.
Okay, so asking those big questions.
Yeah. What has to get done? What moves the needle? And crucially, thinking right then, where can AI help with those specific things?
Linking AI directly to the priorities.
Right. Can it draft something, summarize, help schedule that meeting?
And in those same 5 minutes, you're also picking your tools.
Quickly, yeah. Just identifying the main AI helpers you think you'll need for those priorities.
Like the examples in the source.
Exactly. Maybe ChatGPT for writing, Notion AI for organizing thoughts, Reclaim.ai if scheduling is the big headache this week. Just flagging them mentally.
Okay, focus first, tools identified, then what?
Then comes the longest chunk, 10 minutes. Draft your schedule with AI.
Now we get to the calendar.
Yep. This is where you really lean on those AI calendar assistants. The source mentions Reclaim.ai again, or Monday.com.
And these tools can actually auto-schedule stuff.
Yeah, they take your priorities, your fixed meetings, and start blocking out time automatically.
And this is where the smart bit comes in, I guess.
Totally. The source says these tools can suggest the best times for different work types.
Like focus time versus meetings.
Exactly. Maybe based on your past patterns, or when you say you have the most energy, it's trying to be clever about it.
So you plug in the must-haves, the meetings you can't move.
Right, the non-negotiable.
And then let the AI suggest a structure for the rest.
Pretty much. It fills the gaps, might suggest moving things around to make it, balanced. Helps you see a potential week laid out.
avoiding that feeling of being overloaded before you even start.
Hopefully. So after the AI takes its shot, step 3 is review and refine. Another 5 minutes.
Okay, the human check. Makes sense.
Crucial, yeah. You scan what the AI came up with, look for conflicts, spots where it's maybe packed things too tight.
Or just got something fundamentally wrong about a task.
Could happen. So this is where you tweak it. The source talks about moving tasks, adding buffer time, super important, that buffer time.
Oh yeah, essential. Things always take longer.
Right, or maybe reprioritizing based on, like, the Eisenhower matrix idea they mention, urgent versus important.
Using that framework to guide the refinement. Smart.
And they also suggest using AI in this step, too, like quickly summarizing long emails or meeting notes from last week.
So you start Monday informed but not drowning in backlog reading.
Exactly. Okay, now step 4 is interesting. It's called Learn and Explore. 5 minutes.
Learn. In the middle of a planning session.
Seems counterintuitive, right? Especially in a tight 30 minutes.
Yeah, a bit.
But the thinking is continuous learning about your AI tools actually boosts efficiency long term. It compounds.
Okay, tell me more. Like, what kind of learning?
Small stuff. Discover one new feature in a tool you use. Try a different kind of prompt. Read a quick article about an AI update relevant to you.
So it's like sharpening the saw, keeping your skills fresh.
Exactly that phrase.
Huh.
And it helps you find new ways to save time later.
Okay, I can see the logic. Investing 5 minutes to save potentially more later.
Right. And then the final 5 minutes, step 5, is track wins and set tomorrow's focus.
Closing the loop.
Yep. You quickly note down anything AI helped you with faster, maybe even just in this planning session.
Like a little productivity log.
Sort of. Log any process improvements you notice. And then, really key, decide your main focus for Tuesday.
Setting up the very next day.
Yeah, prevents that rolling into Tuesday morning kind of aimlessly. Keeps the momentum going.
That whole 30-minute structure sounds quite packed, but logical.
It does. And the source helpfully lists some specific AI tools linking them to these steps.
Right, you mentioned a few. ChatGPT.
Yeah, great for drafting, summarizing, brainstorming, fits nicely into step 1 or step 3.
And Notion AI.
Highlighted for like organizing, outlining tasks. Again, good for step 1 focus planning or managing the tasks you refine in step 3.
Okay. And for the scheduling part, step 2.
Monday.com gets a mention for its visual approach and automation.
And Reclaim.ai again for the smart scheduling.
Yep. Its auto-scheduling seems core to that 10-minute drafting phase.
What about meetings? Always a time sink.
They mention Otter.ai for transcription and summaries. Perfect for that step 3 catch-up without re-listening to everything.
Useful.
Any others? Canva Magic Studio for quick visual content creation may be tied to a priority from step 1.
Okay, quite a range, but adopting all that sounds overwhelming.
Totally. And the source gives a really practical tip here.
Which is?
Don't try to boil the ocean. Start with just 1 or 2 tools.
Focus on the biggest pain points first.
Exactly. Where are you losing the most time right now or feeling most stuck? Pick a tool for that. Get comfortable, then maybe add another later.
That makes a lot more sense. Gradual adoption.
Yeah. And they also offer some general tips for success to make this stick.
Always good to have those. Like what?
Well, number 1 is consistency. Doing this every Monday.
Even when you really don't feel like it.
Especially then, probably. The source says the benefits, the time savings, the focus, they compound. It builds a rhythm.
Okay. Consistency. What else?
Stay flexible.
Huh.
Let the AI do the heavy lifting on routine stuff, but you're still the boss.
Right. Review its plan. Personalize it. It's a co-pilot, not the pilot.
Good way to put it. Your week. Your call.
Makes sense. Any other tips?
Yeah, reflect and adapt. Use what you learn each week. Did the AI schedule work? Where did it fall short?
So using feedback to tweak the process.
Exactly. Maybe the AI tool has reports you can look at. Keep refining it over time. It's about continuous improvement.
That ties back to the learn and explore step too,
Yeah.
kind of.
It does, yeah. It's all connected. There's also this quote in the source that really sums it up.
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
It says, spending just 30 minutes a day with AI can compound into hours of saved time each week and open up opportunities to do more of the work you love.
Hours of saved time. That's the hook, isn't it?
It really is. That's the core promise. Dedicate this focused half hour on Monday. Use the AI smartly.
And you potentially gain clarity, control your schedule better, boost efficiency.
Unlock new levels of it, they suggest. Shifting from being reactive to proactive.
Using tech to enable that shift.
Exactly. So just to quickly recap our deep dive here,
Okay.
we've walked through this practical 30-minute AI routine for starting your week strong.
Looked at the 5 steps: plan, focus, draft with AI, review, learn, and track wins.
And the thinking behind each one, why AI fits in automating, suggesting, giving insights.
We touched on some tools they recommend, like ChatGPT, Notion AI, Reclaim.ai.
But stressed starting small, tackling your biggest friction point first.
Right, and covered those key success tips: consistency, flexibility, and adapting over time.
The payoff being, according to the source, save time, more clarity, better focus, more efficiency, that compounding effect.
Which loops us back to that quote and the idea of saved hours.
Yeah. So the final thought maybe for you, listening, if this routine really could save you hours each week, what would you actually do at that time?
That's a great question. What's the work you love mentioned in the quote?
Right. Or maybe it's not even work. Maybe it's something else entirely.
But thinking about this routine not just as, like, cramming more stuff in.
No, not at all.
But as intentionally creating space.
Space for growth, maybe creativity, maybe just deeper work.
Yeah. What could opening up that kind of space actually mean for you and how you spend your week? Something to ponder.